Home for a change, there's good news in Quebec for Liberal leader Stéphane Dion. Marc Garneau, former astronaut and former head of the Canadian Space Agency, is back in the fold. And he will run in the next federal election, even though he walked away from the job after an apparent dispute with Dion. He made the announcement this morning in Montreal with Dion beaming at his side. The CBC's Nancy Wood was there.
Well, he says that it was Stéphane Dion. First of all, he says he got a lot of calls from Liberal supporters who said they really were disappointed that he decided he wasn't going to run. And he said it was Stéphane Dion himself who invited him over for supper at his house. They had a supper, they got to know each other. He said he really felt he knew a different Stéphane Dion. He felt he was part of the vision, he was part of the plan, and he was going to run in Westmount Ville-Marie.
I am a Liberal. I believe in the great Liberal values of this country, and I am here to make sure that I will defend and bring forward all of those values so that Canadians who I believe line up with Liberal values in this country will stand behind us in the future.
So the supper summit did the trick. Refresh our memory, Nancy. What exactly was his dispute with Dion in the first place?
Well, and he's not alone in this. Marc Garneau wanted to run. He had run in the last federal election in Vaudreuil-Soulanges. It was held by the Bloc. It was really his trial by fire in politics, and he lost that riding. He didn't take it for the Liberals. But he did say that he began to love politics. He wanted to run again, and this time he wanted to run in a riding where he'd have a really good chance of winning. So he started talking about Westmount Ville-Marie, but that was months and months and months ago. And Stéphane Dion just did not say, all right, we'll give you Westmount Ville-Marie. He waited and waited and waited. And today Dion said, well, he waited because he didn't want to impose a candidate on Westmount Ville-Marie. Not sure about that, but at any rate, they finally decided, yes, Garneau would get Westmount Ville-Marie, and so Garneau is going to run for them.
Well, as we know, of course, Stéphane Dion has been having a pretty rough time in Quebec. It's been quite a struggle for him. So how important is it to be able to bring Marc Garneau back into the fold?
It is very important for the Liberals. As you say, it's been a rough week, and not just with the speech from the throne and having to support something that goes against a lot of particular Liberal principles and Dion's personal stands, such as the environment and so on. But they lost, Dion lost his Quebec lieutenant this week, had to replace and had to find somebody who would take on that job, and that wasn't easy. The Director General of the Quebec wing of the party quit, and let's not forget they lost 3 key by-elections here. So it was a terrible, it's been a terrible few weeks for the Liberals, a bad week. And this is the first time they've had some really good news. They've got a strong candidate who is likely to win in this riding. And I think what they're hoping is that this will be the first of many star candidates, or at least a few star candidates, that a few other people will come on board and they'll have some decent names for the next election.